they use that same link. What it does is it gets you to the top page, and you can see all of them. So,
Can we just chat, or are we being listened to by the public?
No, we're live now.
We are live.
Yes.
I'll wait. I just had a for his
Okay,
question.
we're back in open session. This point of the agenda, we are at the board member selection. We have one lady that showed interest in running or taking Ms. Edge's position, Sharonda Thomas Bullock. Everybody should have received a letter from her and had time to read it. She cannot be with us tonight. She is extremely sick, and she apologizes, but she cannot be here. At this time, I will entertain a motion to select Sharonda Thomas Bullock to fulfill Ms. Ann Edge's position on the school board. At this
Question
motion
first.
by Mr. Sharp,
Question.
second by Ms. Chavis.
I had a question. Ms. Bullock has a question.
Oh, Ms. Bullock?
Would we, I don't have, I would hope that before we appoint somebody to the seat, even though it may be only one, that we at least take the time to have an interview with her, because I still would like to know what her thoughts are. And I don't think we need to just appoint somebody. We've not even met her as a board. I know her, but I just think we need to at least have a period where we can actually get to know her just a bit. We got that much from our appointee to the board of trustees for the community college.
Mr. Chair.
But
Like I
I'm
said,
to the board, that's just something I think.
Okay, well, you know, it would be prolonging somebody taking that spot as far as the board, because I was hoping we could approve her tonight, since number one, I agree with you somewhat that we should have interviewed her, but we have a letter, and she does happen to be sick tonight. I was hoping she could be approved tonight so she could be sworn in at our third meeting.
She has to be.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, ma'am.
I understand Ms. Bullock's concern, but I'm looking at the election is coming up in November. So and I understand she's also filed to run for the seat, but at that point in time, I'm sure there may be other people. But in the meantime, that would give us what, 3-4 months to continue to conduct business, and that particular area would be represented. I do agree. I wish we could have met her in person, Ms. Bullock. I really do. But I don't know if that district, with all of this going on right now for our system, should sit without someone to speak for them. That was my concern. And that's why I would go ahead and give her the nod for these 3 months, 4 months until election. And then we don't know what's going to happen in November.
Well, my only concern would be, is she going to be well enough to be sworn in on the 3rd?
We will let Ms. Lamb call her to make sure she can be here at the August 3rd meeting before we would entertain having a judge here to swear in. But we got a motion and we got a second. I'm gonna do a roll call vote. Ms. Chavis.
Yes.
Mr. Edwards.
No.
I'm a yes. Mr. Visit.
No.
What was his
Mr.
vote?
Sharp.
What was Mr.? I didn't hear it.
Mr. Edwards was a no. Mr. Visit is a no. We're down to Mr. Sharp.
Yes.
Mr. Dunn.
No.
Mr. Jenkins. No. Mr. Silver.
That's a yes with some reservations.
Ms. Washington.
Is it,
Ms. Wa-
is, no,
Ms. Washington is a no. Ms. Bullock.
I abstain.
After all that.
Yes, sir. After all that, I had questions I wanted to ask, and I have a right to ask the questions. Now, just for that, it doesn't matter what I question. I still have a right to vote my conscience, and I abstain. And
That
I
is
can do
correct.
that.
Kelly.
may I speak, Chairman Lamb?
Yes, ma'am.
Just for the record, the only reason I can't support tonight is because I want to be able to meet the candidate, talk with her, get to know her just a little bit more. I don't feel comfortable with operating in the blind. That is my reservation.
My question is, when you meet her, will you be present here to meet her?
If she's well, which we don't know she's even going to be well, I'll be present in some form or fashion to speak with her, converse with her. Yeah, yes.
Well, the motion is 5-4, she was defeated. So I would hate to have the same vote again August 3rd, and we have a judge here prepared to swear her in, so I don't see being able to swear her in at August 3rd meeting.
Yeah, we really need to make sure she's well and healthy, you know, and she's going to be able to appear. I feel like if we have to wait a month, we really need to do it the right way.
Okay, it's amazing how much it changes since the last meeting. Everybody wanted to have continued conversation that night, and that's prolonged even longer. So the way it looks now, they will go to September before they have representation.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, ma'am.
it doesn't have to be September. We can have her appear before the board even August 3rd, prior to our work session or during our work session. I don't want us to set a precedent that we'll be bound to for forever. I'm like Ms. Washington, I want this to be done correctly. And how do we as a board appoint somebody that has not even appeared before the board? And we had a conversation about appointing a trustee that no one knew anything about. I know Sharonda, and except for that, I would vote for her. And with the snide remarks that are being made, I'll change my vote. I have no issue with her. I'm thinking about how we ought to do it correctly. And as far as trying to get a representative for that district, we should. It is of the utmost, but we should even do that properly. So please, these remarks, these snide remarks, we were in a rush and now we're not. Yeah, I'm still in a rush. I still want that district to be represented, but I want that district represented in the right way.
I do as well, Chairman Lamb. I just feel like the illness is the barrier here, and that's something that none of us predicted beforehand. For me, that's the game changer, and that's where my reservation is.
And, Mr. Chair, with all that being said, change my abstention to a yes.
Well, it's a 5-5 vote. So we have to bring it back up August 3rd. Any other questions at this time? Motion by Mr. Visit to adjourn, second by Ms. Sharp. At this time, the Board of Education is adjourned.
Now, I-
Good night.